Hello, this is Redithin, and welcome to week 2 of the TBU, and we are playing TrevCL and the Houston Toxapexans. Trev, who we've placed a lot in this channel actually. We played him in the GPC for finals. We also played him last season in TBU in the pivotal game that allowed us to make the playoffs. So we've had a few big games against Trev, but got another one here for week 2. So I'm gonna go for the team real quick, but before that, I'd like to say that there still is no draft analysis. That is coming. I swear. I swear that's coming, as well as the GPC one. That's going to be out soon, this week, hopefully, definitely before next week's battle for sure. But yeah, just felt like I say that. Anyway, so let's go into what I brought for Trev, who was actually ranked #1 in the power rankings. So quite the tall order this week. So first up we have Scissor, Banded with Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Superpower, and Quick Attack. I was running Max Attack and then just enough speed to outspeed Blastoise with like 12 investment, I believe. Yeah, just to creep that a bit. And this pretty much, like, he actually has 0 switches for this. Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch and U-Turn, of course, you got your stabs. Bullet Punch, of course, hits the Kyurem-B really hard. It hits the Togekiss really hard. Really like his two things that are kind of gonna be like a huge threat to me. If they're like scarfed or so, this thing can come in and like revenge them, and that's really nice because my team is kind of weak to those if they happen to be scarfed or like with like the speed pass or anything. So that's nice. Superpower hits the Registeel and the Porygon too. And then I also got the Quick Attack, and I just put the Quick Attack on there because I didn't really need anything else. And I thought it'd be really nice in case he brought the Greninja, because of course Bullet Punch is not very effective, or if he had the Xurkitree in with like Speed Pass or something, it would do a bit more than Bullet Punch and give me a better chance to take it out. So I just thought that was a nice thing to put on there. Next up is Cupcake, our Nidoqueen, and this actually is kind of some weird EVs. It's actually got 52 in special attack, and then the rest in a bit of speed to speed creep the Blastoise, and then the rest in HP and Spadef. But yeah, I put just enough on this thing to what was it? It was to OHKO the Xurkitree. So it's got Sludge Wave, Earth Power, Stealth Rock, and Roar. I really just need this thing for Rocks, Earth Power, and Sludge Wave. Of course, Sludge Wave for the Togekiss, Earth Power for the Registeel, and the Xurkitree. Really, it hits like pretty much his entire team. I just decided to put the Roar on there just in case he like speed passes into like something I do not want to have speed, and I can just roar it out. Because he has a lot of stuff that can like potentially set up and like ruin my day. So Roar is just there to kind of keep that from becoming a problem. I could have put like Taunt there or Toxic Spice, like Super Fang or something, but I don't know. Roar just seemed like the best bet. Next up is Lopunny, our Mega Lopunny, making her debut actually, because we didn't actually bring her last week, but bringing her here because she has a fantastic matchup against Trev. This is a Fake Out, Return, High Jump, Quick Attack, Jolly, Max Attack, and then just enough speed to outspeed the Greninja. And we got, and this moveset's pretty self-explanatory, because it hits literally his entire team. And then I just got the Fake Out and Quick Attack because, like I said, Speed Pass can be really annoying. So having the dual priority is really nice for Trev's team. And yeah, the rest just like actually like literally like rips through. But he actually has like no switch-ins to this thing, which is really nice. Except for maybe the Musharna. However, with like rocks and stuff and residual damage, it's not going to want to switch in a bunch of times. Next up, we have the Alomomola. This is nearly max Spadef. It's only got, yeah, I think it actually is like literally like max Spadef. I think I do have some defense EVs. Yeah, I do. I have some defense EVs. I forgot what it was for actually, but yeah. This thing was mainly there just to take on the or switch into the Greninja. Give me somewhat of a chance against Togekiss and Kyurem and everything, and the Musharna. Like, he has a lot of special attackers, and I originally meant to have the Wakanberry on this thing, but I gemmed it wrong, and actually, I mean, I bred it wrong. I don't gen. I accidentally bred it. You know what I mean. I accidentally gave it the wrong item. I gave it leftovers, which isn't like the worst thing to mess up, but yeah. So I didn't have that electric thing berry that would have been really helpful. But anyway, Waterfall, Toxic Wish, Protect. I decided to put Waterfall on here over like Scald or something because I don't really need Scald because he has so many physical attack or special attackers, and Waterfall allows me to break subs on Scolipede and the Xurkitree if he decides to like Baton Pass into that. So that could potentially like change things. And we just got the Toxic because it's Toxic. That's you know, what's an Alomola without Toxic Wish and Protect, you know? And next up we have the Delmise with the Yachi Berry. This is actually literally the exact same set as we brought last week, just with the Yachi Berry instead of the Colbur Berry. And that's so I can, and that's so this thing can 1v1 the Kyurem. It could potentially 1v1 the Blastoise. I mean, it can 1v1 the Blastoise. It also can take an Ice Beam from Porygon. He just has a lot of stuff that can run Ice moves, even like the Xurkitree. If the Xurkitree has like HP Ice, it's not going to be able to knock me out if it has like a Tail Glow Up or something. So yeah, that's just a nice little insurance there. And yeah, this thing's pretty much just does what it did last week. Just come in, either spin or just take something out. So yeah. And of course, Anchor Shot gives me like nice initiative because I can trap stuff in and guarantee that he can't double or anything. And finally, we have a Sash Weavile with Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Low Kick, and Swords Dance. This was actually another Speed Pass check. And I also got the Inner Focus on there in case he's, so I could take like an Air Slash from the Togekiss and not get flinched, which is really nice. So yeah, this thing was pretty much just like come in on like something, set up a Swords Dance, or like go down to its Sash and like take something out that decides to stay in. But yeah, Swords Dance is there just because otherwise I really can't break like Porygon or Registeel. I just wanted to have that. I didn't really feel like I really needed the Ice Shard because I already had so much priority, and like nothing on his team is actually like weak to Ice Shard other than the Togekiss. And so yeah, I just got all those nice moves on there because that hits like literally everything. So yeah, that is the team. I will see you in the battle, and yeah, so see you then. Okay, here we are in the battle. So if we see what Trev brought, he brought the Blastoise, the Musharna, the Scolipede, the Kyurem-B, the Registeel, and the Togekiss. More or less what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting him to maybe bring the Greninja. However, I can see why he wouldn't, because of course he's kind of got to have the Registeel there for the Scizor. The Musharna kind of has to be there for the Togekiss. And of course you need to spin because he's got a lot of rock weakness to the Blastoise. So no, it's not really that much of a surprise that he didn't bring the Greninja, but I was glad when I saw that he didn't bring it because Greninja is just a pain. But yeah, so yeah, I was pretty much just like looking at this team. I knew that Rocks like last week was going to be huge. So I'm actually going to lead off with Nidoqueen. And yeah, so let's just see what happens. Let's get right into the battle here. There's a good Palaquisha. So yeah, we lead with the Nidoqueen as he leads with the Blastoise. I knew since I had a lot of Spidef that I could take like anything from this thing, so I was not afraid to get at my rocks. So I'm just gonna do that as he goes for the Scald. As like I said, that really does not do that much. So I'm just gonna hit the Black Sludge. Thankfully, no burn. And I'm actually just gonna go right into the Delmise here because I do not want him to get a spin. I don't really care who he goes for. He just goes for the Scald again here, which I'm fine. I have the Swords Dance even if he burns me, but he doesn't. So yeah, he's pretty much forced to switch out here. So he can't get rid of the rocks just yet. So he's gonna go to the Registeel. I'm just gonna go for the Anchor Shot. I wasn't really like predicting anything in particular. I was just thought that whatever he brings in is going to be trapped in, so I could potentially like. So he actually sets up his Stealth Rock, so I can actually spin that away if I decide to. But I'm actually just going to set up the Swords Dance. Since that thing is Rocky Helmet, I did not want to keep attacking it, so I thought that I could just keep setting up on it. Actually reveals he has the Ice Punch. So thankfully I have the Yachi Berry. I would have liked to keep that. It was probably a misplay to keep this thing in, to be honest. Because it had actually had some uses later. But I just really wanted to get the damage off on the Registeel, so he had a tougher time with Scizor. However, he gets a crit, and I missed the Power Whip, so nice first few turns here. So I'm actually going to switch out into my Scizor because this thing can't really touch me. So yeah, nice little Iron Head there. So I'm actually just gonna go for the U-turn here as he switches in the Blastoise, and since I'm banded, this is gonna do a hella ton. Yeah, that actually takes him all the way down to below half. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into my Lop here because I know I can take it out, judging by that damage. So he's not gonna be able to stay in here and spin safely. So actually just gonna go for the Fake Out here because I didn't want to risk the high jump kick. Just yet, and even if you want to Ready Steal, high jump kick kills after that. I just wanted to make sure I could kill with a return. However, he switches into his Ready Steal here. So as we Mega Lop's debut here, beautiful shiny Chaz Girl. It's gonna go for the Fake Out. Fortunately, it takes some Rocky Helmet, but you know it's fine. So I'm actually just going to kick that thing right in the face now, and that Ready Steal actually just drops. So Lop already getting her first kill in season. I am sorry, Lop. This goes in the Togekiss here. Togevar here. Sorry. So I know this thing's probably Scarf, so I'm actually going to switch out into the Alomomola, because I know this thing can take anything from the Togekiss. So I'm just really hoping this thing is not, like, bulky, like, Nasty Plot or anything. But he just goes for the Air Slash there. I can eat that up fine. And I can really, like, take these hits every day with the Leftovers and Protect. So the Leftovers actually coming in clutch. Right here, being in my favor. So I'm just going to set up the Wish, because I really have no reason not to, as he goes into the Scolipede. Probably try and do a Speed Pass, but what he doesn't know is that I'm carrying the Waterfall for this exact situation. So he goes to the Rock Slide, that's his, like, literally 0. So I'm just going to go for the Waterfall, and that thing actually got a crit, which is really nice. So I'm going to heal all the way back up. He's going to get his Speed Boost. And here I do make a bit of a misplay. I should have just kept clicking Waterfall. Because I knew he was probably going to try to sub here, and he really didn't have anything that could hit me. Judging by that Rock Slide damage, nothing was really going to do much. So I actually do just get the Wish, and I do actually try to go into the Delmise here, because I predicted him to either Baton Pass or Protect here, but it actually just goes to the Rock Slide. So good play by Trev, because this was really my only chance to do anything with Delmise at this point, I figured. So yeah, so we lose the Delmise, but it was worth a risk, I think. So here I'm actually just going to he goes for the Protect. I believe I do set up another Wish here, or yeah, I do set up another Wish. And here I'm just going to keep clicking Waterfall. Like, that's really my only play. Whatever he decides to go into if he goes into the Kyurem, it won't break the sub. However, just after 2 it should be enough. So he's going to go into the Musharna here. And so I do go for the Waterfall here, and it actually does break the sub, meaning that this thing is actually no, it does not break the sub. I'm sorry, it breaks the sub next turn. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. So he's gonna get his Leftovers. I think he sets up the Calm Mind, and at this point, like, I wasn't really sure what the set was until he clicked Calm Mind, and I was like, oh my god, this is a stored power set. He has Speed Boost. This is really bad. Thankfully, I am able to break the sub there. So that's nice as he gets the Leftovers. And so here my only play is really just to click Toxic, as the stored power does a hella ton. And yeah, so you're able to get the Toxic off there, which is really good, because this thing is on a timer now. However, it does get the Synchronize, which is a bit unfortunate, but this is like my only way to really beat this thing. So I do have the Protect. Of course, I have stuff to sack. I have the Lop in the back. That can Fake Out and stall some more poison damage, and then eventually take it out with a Quick Attack if I need to. So yeah, really my play was really just to stall this thing out as much as possible as it goes for the stored power here. So yeah, this is pretty much these next turns. Just try to lose as little as possible to this thing. So here I decide to actually switch into the Sneasel. I didn't really need the Sneasel at this point, I didn't feel, so especially with no way to get rid of rocks, so my Sash was forever broken. So either goes to Sword Power, and it's all fine and good, but he actually does go for the HP Fire here and takes me out. But yeah, it was really my play either way, because Sneasel was like the least important thing on my team, so either he goes for the Stored Power and I look like a god, or he predicts and goes for the HP Fire and takes me out, which he does. So, but that's fine. I have the Fake Out here. So go into Lop, and I do actually click Fake Out. However, he does switch out, which is probably a smart play, because I believe Fake Out plus Toxic plus Quick Attack probably does kill. I wasn't really too sure. I didn't get a chance to calc. But as he just sacks his Scolipede to the rocks there, and he goes into his Togekiss, which takes more rocks damage itself. I'm just going to switch out here. Actually, this time into the Nidoqueen, because I just didn't want a lot. Because with Alomola Toxic, it could potentially be like a bad time with all that flinches and stuff. So here I just hope that I can take an or I can don't get flinched here, and I don't actually take it out of the Sludge Wave. It wasn't like the biggest deal that happened. Like if I got flinched or not. However, it was really nice that I didn't there, so I could just take the Togekiss out, and it goes into Blastoise here. And I believe, I can't remember if it was a speed tie or not. To go back and look. If it was a speed tie, I'm sorry, Trev, but I actually do go for the Sludge Wave, and that takes him out. So I'm not really sure what he was trying to do there. I guess hoping he could take like a Sludge Wave or something, but because he knew how much investment I had in like Split F. But yeah, so just loses the Blastoise there. So his Kyurem is gonna come in now and click Ice Beam. And I'm just going to let Nidoqueen go down because I really have no more use for this thing. So Nidoqueen doing her job once again this week. So I'm going to go to Loft this time. And I'm going to click the Fake Out. I'm actually scouting for the Scarf here. I figured he would, if he was Scarfed, he would stay in here. I'm actually just going to scout for that as I do go into the Alomola here. Because Lop just wins at this point. Just making sure this thing isn't Scarf is a big deal. So he actually realized that he isn't, so that's really good for me to know. I still don't know what item this is, though, if it's like a Chople Berry or a Babiri Berry or whatever. So here I'm actually taking poison damage, and I'm going to go for the Toxic. Actually goes for the Roost, so that's why I went for the Toxic. If you went for Roost, then Lop still wins, like, anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to click Toxic there, and so yeah, here's where the Wakan Berry actually would have been really helpful, as we'll see in a second, as these poison terms will continue to take forever. But yeah, so here he actually reveals that he has the Z move. He does have the Gigavolt Havoc, so the Wakan Berry would have been really nice here. I believe I still would have, yeah, I definitely would have lived Gigavolt Havoc, but yeah, so it's actually going to take me out here. It didn't really matter in the end, because I mean, Alomola would have just dropped anyway, yeah, so Alomola is going to go down, so rip Alomola. Kind of an unnecessary sack there, but I just wanted to play it as safe as possible in case this thing was Scarfed. So now that I know this thing is not Scarfed, it is not like any weird item, I can just come in here with Lop and take it out. And also the Toxic helped too, because now with the Fake Out plus the Toxic damage, then I'm guaranteed to take this thing out with a Return. So I don't even have to risk the HJK, which is really nice. So I'm just going to click Return. That Kyurem is gone. And now that he has the Musharna, this thing actually has like nothing to hit me because Stored Power has no boost, and HB Fire will not kill from that range. So Lop's just going to able to clean up here with 2 returns, as there's the first one. He goes for the Hidden Power Fire, and like we saw, that does not do enough. So yeah, Musharna's going to heal up, take that poison damage, and yeah, so Lop's just going to click Return here, and we win. So yeah. We beat Trev, which was actually really big deal, because Trev, of course, was ranked #1 in the PRs. I remember Shroom and Chaos saying that Trev, they wouldn't be surprised if he like went undefeated and like won the championship and stuff. But yeah, we were able to win week 2. I think that Lop just in this matchup was just too good for Trev, because that's the thing about Megalop, is why it's so good in the format, is that if the opponent just doesn't have a good matchup for it, they just really can rarely beat it. So yeah, Lop putting in a huge amount of work here, winning in this 2 against Trev. I don't want to say like there's necessarily hacks on my side. There were some moments that definitely were beneficial to me, like the crit waterfall on the Scolipede, I believe the speed tie. I believe it was a speed tie. I have to go back and check. You watching, you know what happened. You know if it was speed tie or not against the Blastoise. Of course, him not getting the flinch with Togekiss, which is more or less a 50-50. So. Yeah, it's just kind of things were more so in my favor. The only real thing that was bad bad for me was the Delmise miss and the crit ice punch on that. But other than that, I felt this was a really fun game. GG to Trev. He played really well. I think I played really well for just in general, like not to to inflate my own ego here, but yeah, I believe that I did play really well this match, like probably one of the best matches I've played in a while. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, GG Trev. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Radithin, and I will see you in the next video. And goodbye.